Well, hello internets. Here we are with a little bit of a unboxing video. In front of us here we have a package that was shipped via Canada Post from Canada-cam.com. I went online and did some research and found what I was looking for, placed an order, and here it is now. So let's pop her on open and see what I ordered. Now, of course, as a lot of you know, about 8 months ago or so, I ordered this here camera from our Big Blue electronics retailer. I used the Blackvue camera for, well, quite a few projects. Road trips, safety driving back and forth to work. However, the other day it quit. Will no longer record or work even when plugged in, and upon further research couldn't find what I was looking for in local stores. Turned to online sources, placed an order, and here we are now. So pop her on open. Well, of course, the first order here from Canada-cam.com. They sent a nice little trim removal for installation of dash camera. Got some paper, of course, for shipping, and the dash camera itself. And after careful consideration and research on other brands and stuff, decided to stick with the Blackvue brand of camera. This one here is the DR450-1CH. Essentially, it's a one-channel camera. Very, very similar to the old one that I used to have, which was the Blackvue DR450-1CH. I figured why deviate from what I know to something different when, well, stick with what you know, because it has worked well for you. So let's pop this baby open and see if what's inside is, well, what I was expecting. And there you go. The handy dandy Blackvue camera is the first thing you see when you open the packaging. Take that out, set it aside. You got a little bit of a foam shipping chunk. You have the quick start guide here underneath, and underneath this little flap, flip her on up, you find the little clips to hide the wiring up along your windshield and such. You got the Blackvue 16 gig micro SD card and the adapter for your computer, and the power supply itself. Now, the mount for this here Blackvue camera looks really similar to the mount for the old camera. Some slight little design differences, but really it looks like it's the same. The old camera, you could access the SD card from inside the mount while it was mounted to your windshield. Has the DC in and the GPS port, kind of just like the old camera. We'll hit the lock or unlock button and slide the camera out. We'll pull off the plastic. It's in comparable size to the old one. If anything, it might be slightly larger than the predecessor or the previous camera that I have owned. So, just like its predecessor, the micro SD card is essentially in the same spot. However, it has a handy dandy non-tamper cover that goes over top of the micro SD card. Once that's over top, it snaps on down, and you could put a little padlock over top, I guess, just to protect the footage if you so choose. Of course, this here bracket sticks onto the windshield or rear glass, whatever you choose to have the camera mounted on, of your vehicle. The camera itself slides back in, locks in, and then aim it to where you want it to go, and she's good to roll. Well, once again, the specifications of this here camera, again, the model is a DR450-1CH. Again, it's a single channel camera. Color is black. The memory is a micro SD card. It'll accept 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB, 64 GB, or 128 for micro SD card sizing. Normal recording and event recording and impact detection as well. The camera is a CMOS sensor, approximately 2.0 megapixels. Angle of view is 118 degrees diagonal, 97 degrees horizontal, and 53 degrees vertical. Resolution is full HD, 1920 by 180 at 30 frames per second, or 1920 by 1080 at 15 frames per second. It does have a built-in speaker, and it does have a LED for record, an LED for GPS, and a security LED as well. One thing I didn't cover is this camera is not equipped with a built-in GPS. You have to buy the little GPS attachment that goes onto this here camera. It has a 3-axis acceleration sensor, built-in supercapacitor for battery backup, and again it's a 12 volt to 24 volt DC plug for the power supply. Operating temperature is -20 Celsius to -60 Celsius. It does have a built-in microphone. Software is a Blackvue viewer, Windows XP or higher. It does support Windows 8 and Mac Leopard OS 10.5 and higher. So now that the boring part of this here video is done, let's go and give this an install and well, see if she fires up. Okay guys, so here we go. I just peeled and stuck it to a spot on the windshield that I wanted it. As you see, it's kind of up there. It's not really set firmly in place yet because I want to make sure that it was straight. The camera, of course, just slides into the mount. You hit the unlock button or lock button, which is underneath, kind of right there. And the camera itself pops, well, right out of the mount, just like that. Slide her back in, like this. Then taking your 12 volt, power port, plug it into the side in the appropriate port that it goes into. Put power to the device. And when the device powers up, you see we got a blue light for the GPS and an orange light for the record. Now, if this is your first time putting a SD card in there, it'll say like initializing SD card. It'll go through maybe 30-40 seconds, could be a minute
Blackvue for your safe driving
of initializing. Then it'll start recording.
Normal recording.
Kind of like that. Now, one thing I like about this here camera over its predecessor one that I had is the flashy light. It seems to be non-existent on this outer edge. Used to flash and kind of bug. Now I know this is not a good picture, but you see the camera is installed to the windshield, and you see there is a little white LED flashy light right underneath of the lens that is flashing. I'm not quite sure if that flashy light is legal to have or not. If it does cause trouble, I'll have to take a black marker and black it out. Now this next function varies on your vehicle. If your 12-volt plug is live all the time, the camera won't turn off. It'll go into like a valet mode and kind of monitor your vehicle even if the key is off and you're in a away position, or if you've bought the adapter that allows the camera to run off of the electrical system of the vehicle and not the 12-volt port. So if your 12-volt port shuts off with your key, kind of like this, the camera now
Powering down.
will shut off and stop recording. Pretty much at this point, you disconnect the power cord and pop it out of its holder. Take it with you and either review your footage or keep it for safe keeping.